Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the October 16, 2020 new moon in Libra, part one of two. Now, as far as like new moons in astrology, the basic meaning is, for those of you who may not know, it's about starting something, embarking on a new project or endeavor with much initiative and enterprise. Any procrastination or hesitation may be gone at this time. If you were planning on doing something and you kept blowing it off and say, well, I don't feel like doing it right now. Well, this is the time we may actually feel like doing it. The moon can be about how we feel about things. So this is the opportune time to capitalize on any extra energy that may be provided by this new moon. And often when you have a new moon astrology, you can give more to abundance and surfeit of energy. And what may have prohibited one or inhibited one before may be discarded. What is frivolous or superfluous may be tossed aside and say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this. Anything that may be like a stumbling block or obstruction in one's way may be discarded at this point in time. Now, the thing about this is when you're talking about new moons as well, they could be more introspective in contrast to a full moon. The new moon in astrology is more like, about we're going to start something where it's in I call it contemplation mode is one way to look at it. And when you have the full moon, that is like that could be that culmination or completion of the energy which was initiated and started with the new moon. I mean, for example, in this case, since we have the new moon in Libra on October 16th, we're going to have the full moon in Taurus at the end of October or very early November. So what could start is wanting, for example, wanting to be maybe more attractive, beautiful, more enticing others. If you're trying to get yourself to look better, whether it's to try to find a prospective significant other, what have you. Remember, Libra is about relationships, significant others. It could end and culminate with the full moon in Taurus about having leading to greater, say, self-esteem. What starts out as wanting to be maybe attractive with the moon in Libra, it could end with really Taurus could be about self-worth, self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and something that took a lot of some certain persistence and concentration of powers of concentration, which could be connected with Taurus. Now, the thing about this is the new moon in astrology, I mean, the new moon in Libra, this new moon in Libra could impact all collectively, but especially people with the Libra or Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant. Libra, of course, because it's going to be in their sign, and Cancer because, well, Cancer, of course, is governed and ruled by the moon, and Cancer is simply sensitive to very sensitive to all transits and phases of the moon. This could be very strongly related to why the zodiac sign Cancer can be very fickle, moody, and temperamental. Now, another thing is like looking at this again, it could impact, though it can still impact all collectively, but more emphasized with Libra and Cancer on average. But keep in mind, especially if this is making a conjunction to, say, this making a conjunction to one's Libra, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, it could be even more intensified and amplified. Now, the thing about this, when you have a new moon uh, in uh, in astrology, is that it's often, I mean, a new start. And given that this is in Libra, this could be a new start for some to find some reconciliation in some matter. It could be about fairness, wanting things, trying to do something where things are more equitable for you. It could be simply the new start and trying to make some agreement, or a contract may actually be starting to work on. It could be in the beginning stages at this time for many, and of course culminating with the full moon in Taurus, something where it results in something monetary, because Taurus, of course, could be associated with things that are monetary. This could be the beginning of some kind of a negotiation or arbitration. Uh, some cases, one may start a lawsuit, well, actually initiate on a lawsuit in some cases, and wind up ending with the again, not to be redundant, but with the full, culminating with the full moon in Taurus, getting some kind of understanding, divulging of that monetary situation as a result of the beginning of the divorce proceedings, or what have you, or separation. Now, the thing about this is, it could also be a beginning period for many to be more intellectually active, greater sociability, being able to ingratiate yourself with others. And the thing about this too, I mean, if your chart is such where it's very introverted chart like mine, for example, where I have a preponderance of planets on the bottom half of the chart, and most of my major astrological energy in feminine signs, it can be more difficult. I have Saturn in the 12th house, which of course could be very reclusive and introverted placement. But the thing about this too is, now this could also be in some cases, I mean, especially if this falls in the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house in one's natal chart, which I see as the money houses, the work houses. If it could be the beginning of a Libra profession. It could be the start of something with arbitration or working as a diplomat, some kind of legal field, such as working as a paralegal, a bailiff, a court reporter, an attorney, so anything that can be legal analyst, anything that could be something connected with the law. Now, it also could be the start of an art position, I mean, which could cover a wide divergence of things, which can include sculpting, painting, drawing, even graphic art design. It could be doing some kind of art with the in conjunction with the computer. I mean, especially say if you have this, like making, for example, a sextile or trine, or even a conjunction to your natal Uranus, because Uranus can be associated with computers. And also, too, it could be the start, like working as a marriage counselor, doing something with human resources. People that work in human resources, say they're in like some retail or department store, and they're setting up schedules for others. That's a position where one can disperse time evenly, hours worked evenly with different employees, and that's a very good position that would be Libra related, I would say. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, another thing too is, when you look at a new moon in astrology, see the house that it falls in, because that of course could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, mine is going to fall in the 6th house in my natal chart, so of course this can manifest in a multitude of ways. This could be about maybe the beginning of a balanced diet. The 6th house is about our health, our fitness, and diet can be included with that. It could be about ingratiating myself with others in my daily routine, and also even relationship diagnosis. And you wonder, why do I say diagnosis? Well, Libra is about relationships, it's about sociability. I say diagnosis because the 6th house is the house in astrology which corresponds with Virgo, and Virgo can be about analysis. So, and if this falls in the 1st or 6th house, I do believe that in some cases, though it might be isolated, could be the start of a Libra health-related issue. But given it's a new moon, not a lunar eclipse, not something that's really might be that more significant. It could be something mild, like such as some kind of strain or just general ache in the lower back. There might be some pain where the kidney area is located. There might be even some cases, maybe something with the kidneys that are very minor, like very, discovery, maybe some kind of stones that may not be painful, but it might be a time where one might need more water consumption in their diet. It could be something where somebody's losing their equilibrium or balance, and they're trying to find out what's going on. I mean, dizziness, especially, like say if this is making an adverse aspect to your Neptune, for example, and Neptune can be about confusion or dizziness, and I would say, and that, I mean, I would equate it with that. So those are some because Neptune is also about confusion. And the thing about this too is another thing to look at is that when you look at this new moon in Libra, it's also important to look at the aspects it makes to the points in your chart, as of course that could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, for me, it's going to make a conjunction to my natal vertex, actually, a very tight conjunction to it. So it should be very interesting. I understand it's not and it's not a lunar eclipse or a supermoon. It's milder energy. But I mean, this is something that could really, I mean, it could be something of certain significance, because when you have the vertex involved in like a conjunction, it could be about some preordained or fated meeting. And the fact that a transit moon is going to be conjunct, that the moon in astrology can be female related. So one way this could manifest with me, it could be a female, which is the moon that may be tied into some preordained, which is the vertex, maybe giving me an understanding of some of relationships. It could be, I mean, vertex in Libra. I have my vertex in Libra, of course. Vertex in Libra might feel in some cases that there's some kind of ostracism, or maybe there's some rejection by others in their society. But what this could manifest in is that a female could actually help me out, where it's something where she's involved in a preordained meeting, a destined meeting with me, to help me understand that maybe I'm isolating myself, for example, from others. I'm just throwing this out there as a possibility, and also given it's in the sixth house, that helped me understand going through relationship, which is Libra, diagnosis, which is the sixth house, and maybe help me understand and analyze what's actually going on in that situation with my life now. Or it could be someone from the past, because the moon can be associated with the past. Someone from the past that might be very persuasive, that could be Libra energy, might help me expand my horizons, because it's also, my vertex does make a conjunction to Jupiter, and also in the daily routine, which is the sixth house. So there's a lot of ways this could manifest and pan out. It's also going to be making an inconjunct aspect to my Taurus ascendant. So this could be about an adjustment period, as far as something maybe health related, maybe ingratiating myself with others. Taurus rising could be rather immutable and sometimes very stubborn about really not, about certain things in their life, out and projecting that energy outwardly, because it's my ascendant. And Taurus could actually be very quiet, very taciturn. That zodiac sign may actually need more people in their life, because some Taurus people can be nearly reclusive, I think, and really basically homebodies. So it can be a very strong adjustment period for me at that time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.